In the early 1960s, Chrysler handed ordinary drivers the keys to a car that sounded as if it belonged at an airport. It was low, bronze, and almost impossibly smooth. Under the hood there were no pistons racing up and down, no crankshaft hammering through thousands of tiny explosions. Instead, a small gas turbine spun at extraordinary speed, turning heat into rotation, then sending that power to the wheels. This was the Chrysler Turbine Car, one of the strangest serious attempts to replace the piston engine in everyday motoring. And for a short moment, it looked like the future could run on almost anything. The promise was seductive. A turbine has far fewer moving parts than a conventional engine. It can run smoothly. It hates cold starts less than many piston engines. And in demonstrations, Chrysler showed that the car could burn a surprising range of fuels, from diesel and kerosene to more theatrical liquids used to prove a point. But this was not a jet car. The exhaust did not push it down the road. The turbine was a compact power plant. Air was compressed, fuel was burned, hot gas spun turbine wheels, and a transmission delivered usable torque to the rear wheels. It was aerospace thinking, domesticated for the driveway. Chrysler did not just build a showpiece. It built a fleet. 50 elegant coupes, with bodies styled and built by Gear in Italy, were sent into a real public test program. Families used them for errands, commuting, road trips, and attention they could not avoid. Wherever the bronze coupe stopped, people wanted to know why it whistled. Many drivers loved the smoothness. The car had an eerie lack of vibration. It started cleanly in cold weather. It felt advanced in a way few American cars of the era could match. But the same tests exposed the problems that a motor show could hide. A turbine does not behave like a big V8. It can have throttle lag, the moment between asking for power and receiving it. It can waste fuel at idle and in stop-and-go driving, exactly where ordinary cars spend much of their lives. Its exhaust was hot enough to demand careful engineering. And emissions, especially nitrogen oxides, became a harder problem as the world began caring more about what came out of tailpipes. Then there was cost. A piston engine was cheap, familiar, and supported by a vast manufacturing world. A small automotive turbine needed exotic materials, tight tolerances, and years of refinement before it could compete at showroom prices. Chrysler improved the design generation after generation, but the target kept moving. By the late 1960s and 1970s, the dream was trapped between engineering progress and economic reality. Regulations changed. Fuel economy mattered more. The company had other priorities. The turbine car was fascinating, but fascination alone does not build a production line. Most of the test cars were destroyed after the program ended, making the survivors feel even more like artifacts from a future that nearly happened. They are not reminders that engineers were foolish. They are reminders that a good idea can still arrive in the wrong shape, at the wrong price, at the wrong time. The Chrysler Turbine Car did not fail because it was fake. It failed because it was real, real enough to drive, real enough to test, and real enough to reveal every compromise hidden inside the dream. For a few years, America had a family coupe with the soul of a turbine. It could burn almost anything. But it could not outrun the piston engine it was built to replace.